Welcome to Tea Time with Karen. Tonight I'm going to talk about proteins. So protein is one of the three essential micronutrients. There's carbohydrates and fats and proteins. So proteins are made of amino acids and nitrogen, and there are 20 different amino acids. 9 of them we can make on our own, and the rest of the 11 of them we cannot make our own, so they're essential that we get them from the diet. So it's very important to have a variety of proteins to help balance the essential to the non-essential amino acids. In terms of energy, protein has, for every gram of protein, you get 4 calories worth of energy. So if you had, if you had 10 grams of protein, that would be 40 calories that you would be getting. So just, if you do the math, you can, get a gauge of how you're doing. So proteins are important. They help your body fight foreign antibodies. They help with muscle building. They're send hormonal messages throughout the body. They move molecules around to different parts of the body. They help with the structure of the cells and the support of the cells. And there are enzymes that help break down lactase to break down milk would be an example of an enzyme that would do that. So the daily requirements for protein are 0.8 grams. That's about average for a person, and that's per kilogram. So 2.2 pounds is 1 kilogram. So you would multiply your body weight by the 2.2 kilograms, so that way you can get the amount of protein that you need in grams. It comes out, if you're 150, if you weigh 150 pounds, for example, it would be about 68 kilograms. So for kids, it's around 13 calories for 1 to 3 year old. A 4 to 9 year old, it's about 19. As we get older, we need more. So a 9 to 13 would need about 24 grams. Anyway, you can look up charts to find out exactly what it is and see how it changes. But the big thing is the upper limit. You don't want more than 2 grams per kilogram of calories. That would be the upper limit. Too much protein is bad for you, as well as too little protein. So too much protein stresses the kidneys. So, and that can cause, when there's too much protein, the body is going to try to flush it out and use up water in the body to flush it out. So then if you're not getting enough water, then you're dehydrated, that's going to be a problem, because the body's trying to excrete the excess. So more water is used when there's too much protein in the body. So if you're on a high protein diet, you better be sure that you're hydrating enough. But it is better not to have more protein. I know you hear more is better, but actually, because of the taxing on the kidneys, it's really not better to have the extra protein. And most Americans consume far too much protein than they need. So like I said, if you do the math and figure out how much protein you need, and then you can look at different foods. So like beef, 1 ounce of beef would be about 7 grams of protein. So you really want to look at the food and see how much you're getting and how much you should be getting, and adjust accordingly so that you don't tax the body if you're getting too much protein. And the other thing, people do are protein shakes. So if you're eating a lot of meat and then you're having protein shakes, then there's a chance that you are getting too much protein in the diet. So that's something that you should look at, is like, what are all your sources of protein and how do they add up? Anyway, that's it for Tea Time with Karen, and I'll see you tomorrow night.